Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today is day 22, season 2, so let's go video. Starting off today, got the defender and the catcher both parked up. Got the chickens knocking about around here. We don't normally see them knocking about in this part of the yard, but they are now. And then in the shed, we have more animals. So these animals are actually from the other farm. So apparently recently the farmer's been trying to cut down on some of the stock that he has at the other farm. So far he's got a cow and 2 ewes left. They're all going to the same farm, so he'll come and collect them. So that's what he's been doing recently. He's got rid of some of the pigs as well. I didn't actually realise how much stock they had at the other farm, but now most of the cows they have, I think the ones that I know of are obviously the bull that comes here, the Aberdeen Angus cows, and a belted Galloway, and a white park, which is a really rare breed. That's all I know of at the minute. I think they do have some Friesians and Jerseys, so they have a couple of dairy cows there as well, but that's all I know of. And they're really downsized on the sheep. They really don't have that much left. They have about, I'd say, under 10 sheep left, so once these two have gone. So yeah, I think he wants most of the stock on this farm, because obviously this is his main farm, I suppose. So yeah, they'll be sold off soon, so you make a bit of money from stock recently. Doc's knocking about, yard scraper's still there. Farmer's son's Golf. Apparently he was looking at getting another car. Don't know if he'd have two at the same time or not. But so far, I think that's out the window at the minute. If he was looking at one, I know, but I think he's given up at this point. So 740 and the sheep trailer there. Then here we have the disco, parked up on the flatbed trailer with the mini digger. So that's just been sort of parked up here because it's been brought back from a job the other day, and this has just left it there. Nice to see this yard being used, or this part of the yard, as it never normally is, and especially with the disco facing that way. Normally everything's facing the shed, or the other way. So yeah, I think what he's done is he's just sort of turned around and reversed it here, as they're not in a major rush for any of these three, so probably that's why I left it. I believe he might be doing something to the mini digger soon. Might be adding something on, but I don't know. He said he might be adding something on, but he didn't tell me what, because he wasn't sure if he was. So keep an eye out, and we'll see what it is if he ends up doing it. And we've got the other chickens knocking about. Lawnmower, John Deere mower, mini baler pot back up, co-wrapper, class baler, class rake. And then Honda Quad's got new plates. Well, they put it on the back, as they had it on the back and the front, but now they just put it on the back. Also, the farm's son's ordered something for the front of the quad, or for the quad, sorry. So yeah, we'll see what that is, and that's on its way apparently, so we'll see soon what that is. John Deere 6920S parked up on the 3765 trail forager. You've got the farmer there. He's just getting out there. He's just getting out of the corner there, checking over it, as he's going to be lifting a bit of silage. So he wants to make sure, check over it before he goes. T6 175 6616 first spreader and the spare edge cutter in the shed. John Deere 3400, sorry, telehandler. Beacon isn't working anymore, so well, apparently the beacon's not working. When they turn it on, it's not working, and the battery's gone dead as well. So not really looking too well for the telehandler recently. Luckily they don't need to use it too much, so they'll get that sorted, I imagine. Herb's stump trailer, key and feeder, bale trailer there. Cane silage trailer parked up, and the buck rake is was going to be put on top of the pit, but they're actually getting a couple of jobs to push up silage, so they were going to leave it there, but originally they were going to put it on top of the silage, just out of the way, so maybe we could park somewhere between here. If they're using it, no point there. Bale spikes and a double bale to there, and a stack of bales as well. Then we have the farmer's son here in the T6080, not his usual tractor. Yeah, he's in that with the roll on the back. So he's bringing that back into the yard, and then once that shed opens, or empty, sorry, once the animals are taken out of it, the roller will go in there, along with the yard scraper and stuff we don't really use this time of year, as it doesn't really, it's kind of pointless it being sat at the other farm when it can just be sat in a shed here. I mean, the shed's empty the whole entire year anyway, so it wouldn't really make a difference. So yeah, so it's kind of just sat in the yard at the other farm, and obviously we have a corner of the yard, so it's like in the middle of nowhere, sort of to the side of the main bit of the yard, and obviously we don't have because that belongs to the other farm, and it's just sat there, not in a shed or anything, just outside, but we can fill in the shed here, which is where it normally lives anyway, if it doesn't live at the other farm. So yeah, I think the farm might be bringing a couple of things over from the other farm to the well, to here, to keep in like the shed or just somewhere. But yeah, so he's just come in there. There's the yard bed. Marshall box there, also packed up. Probably will go in the shed as well. Then in the sheep field, you may notice it's a bit more empty than usual. Some lambs have been taken off. I believe it was her and her lambs have been taken off there. That's it for May. Until June's here, that's when the lambs get taken off. So that's why there's still a lot of lambs in here. The two new sheep that they got this year, which is that one and that one, may be being sold, because the farmer got them when he wanted the two texels. He wanted proper texels, and he couldn't get them, so he got these two. But now he wants to get, or he might be able to get a couple texels, so he's wanting to go and try and find some, and they will obviously replace these two. So that's that one and that one, which haven't been in the flock too long, but it's farmer's and farmer's choice. But yeah, but obviously until he has the sheep, he won't sell them. And then you got cars here. Got two cars left. Since I think over the past week, there's been one separated from one of the Herefords. I think it might have been this one, or one of them. But yeah, that's almost all the cars gone. And they're at the other farm, and will be sold in about July, August time. That's when the farmer tends to do it. So yeah, not too much going on. Obviously because we've kind of done our baling, we've done our silage, so there's not too much going on in the yard for us. And obviously during the week, kind of have stuff, most of the jobs are done. So when it gets towards the weekend, there's not too much going on. So then up here, the field's coming along well. As you can see there, there's quite tall so far, and there's still little bits of silage still left over in the field. Then if you look over the hedge, we've got our old 5612 Nugent single bale lifter, sorry. Yeah, so I think the farmer there, he's just been moving some bales and he's going back for another bale there in the field to take back to his yard. But yeah, nice to see that she's still being used, and well, I mean, she didn't go too far, we already knew that, but nice to see her out, and obviously she's a perfect fit for that Nugent. She's not too big. I mean, she could do a double. She's done a double for us, but just perfect red on red, and she's not too big for the single bales to them. Now, the contractors have their new tractor now. The T7300 was sold and they've got their replacement, and it is a New Holland TCT 190. Now, some of you may not know this tractor even existed, as it's quite rare. Like, when I say quite rare, it's rare. Like, there's, I don't actually think there's anyone with one within 2 hours drive from here. There's probably still the only one in the area. They're that rare. I don't know how many there are in the UK, but I guess we'll see if anyone knows. But yeah, so the TVT, nice tractor, perfect tractor for them. So this is obviously brand new to them, as you can tell. It's very clean, because it's obviously brand new, and they've, I believe it's actually been, I don't actually think it's been owned before. I don't know. I know it didn't. It came from another dealership before it came to our local one. Because basically the contractors saw this tractor and they spoke to our local dealership and asked if they would be able to ship it, or sort of get it transported closer, so then they'd be able to pick it up from our dealership. But yeah, she came quite far away. I believe she came from Scotland, so she's come quite far. So yeah, but I mean, it's worth it, because look how nice she is. I don't think they plan on doing anything to her. If I had it, I'd leave it like that. But yeah, so not a bad looking tractor. It's just on their heron there. They're just taking it out for a spin on the heron and see how she is. I mean, just a perfect setup really, isn't it? So yeah, that's tractor there. So also next week's episode will be, well, I'll be at the TT. So obviously I'll be watching the TT, so the video will be pre-recorded, so I'm not going to skip it. There will be TT videos coming out as well. There'll probably be about four videos. They'll be probably coming over on the boat, maybe a bit of racing. I plan on watching the 4 days of racing, so I'll probably be coming over on the boat the first day of racing, and then in the second video it'll be the second and maybe the third day of racing, and then in the third video there'll be the fourth bit of racing, and then in the fourth video there will be coming home on the boat, and probably a bit more clips I got on pictures or whatever. So yeah, so I'm not skipping the on farm videos next week. As like I said, they will be pre-recorded. So yeah, hope to this video guys. So if you like, comment and subscribe, and bye.